Okay, so we are live, eh? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I got like distracted because Sarah ran up to us on her Finro.
Mm-hmm.
So we're signature giving each other hugs.
Yeah, she's been here with me.
Aw.
We've been waiting for you. She's been watching, and then she's like, "Where's your other half?" And I was like, "Oh, she's out." She didn't think you were gonna show up. I'm gonna mute the game audio. Hi, Vess.
Hey, Beth.
New thing, yeah, new thing. Hello, hello. Lalith. I'm here for the new thing. Hi, Kikyo. You got a new thing too? Oh no, you're here for the new thing. Oh, I was like, what'd you get? Yeah. We're currently at EDF. And I thought I was waiting for Gwen to get home so that we could do this together. She was here for the Rane 1 unboxing, and now she's going to be here for the Rane 4 unboxing.
Except for this time, your girlfriend and not somebody who's like in your chat because I have a crush on you.
Right. So this time, because I have a much more crowded table, there's going to be no way I'm going to be able to put this box on here, which is actually, well, maybe we can move. If I move this and push all of this with it, you can only kind of see the bottom corner of it, which is not the greatest view. But we're already ready to go. And I'm excited. But yeah. Definitely no room on the desk to do it properly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it out of the box with the foam and we'll just do our best. Documents. Oh boy. So it is bigger. I can already tell you that, which means we're going to have to adjust the camera a bit when we go live. But this is the new thing. I'm gonna start with taking this side off. I saw some stuff in that, so we're gonna keep that close by. Oh my god, it's gonna be. There's not gonna be a whole lot of room. We're gonna have to do some adjusting.
Oh god. Oh, it doesn't even fit with the other monitor on the desk.
Yeah, so that monitor I can push back. We will. So that can be extra out of the way. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. So what we'll probably have to do is the tower, I'm gonna have to slide on over a bit more. Or I can move this monitor and just shift it that way slightly. But anyways, it's on the desk. We'll figure out the camera stuff a little later. Whoo, shit. Oh boy. So it's upside down for all of you and me. But the first thing is, because it's got no motors like the Rane 1 did, this is so much lighter. So carrying this to and from shows and off the ground and onto the desk is going to be so much lighter because it's motorless. So this thing won't spin anymore. So unfortunately, those of you who enjoyed the spinning won't exist on this one. But in exchange, we get onboard encoded effects, which means less stress on the computer. We get dedicated stem controls and processing, so also less stress on the computer. This is going to take care of all the separation of instruments and all the audio like that. And we also get 2 extra channels. So now mixing can get more complex, which means I'm not limited to 2 decks anymore. I have 4. But they did keep the size of these, so these are still going to feel kind of normal. They just won't spin. These are still 7 inches versus normal platters, which are like 4 inches. But yeah, holy shit. All right, so let's get some stuff off of this. My god, it's so big. So yeah, we'll have to definitely move some monitors around. Yeah, 4 channels this time, and we got 4 separate effects controls. So it's onboard controls. We can also change it to the software effects, which will be really nice. So it means we'll have like a suite of I think about, and there should be around 60 or so effects that we can roll through to get creative. But this is exciting. Okay, cables and stuff.
Wait, does this mean you no longer have room for Squish Quinn and Squish Amy on your computer anymore?
No, they're right here.
Mm.
They are tucked under the monitors. So we still have room for them. They have more room to sit, and there will be more room for ducks as well. But don't know. Don't know about them spinning though. But they will have a lot of seating space.
That's good. The important questions.
Been watching you since you were raising funds for the last one. I mean, I technically wasn't raising funds for the last one. It just ended up being a thing for the last one, which was really awesome. It wasn't really a goal, but you end up just making, people end up giving enough, and then you're just like, gosh, we should reinvest. And that's how it came to be with the Rane 1. And then this one, so for those of you who aren't aware about this one was given to me by Rane, like the company who makes it, this company. This one was given to me by them for completely free because of a lot of difficulties with the previous machine. So this one was given. So I didn't have to pay anything for this one. And it was very generous of them, which is one of the reasons why I've stuck with Rane. Back in like 2010, 2011, and I was using like vinyl setups with like DVS systems. I was using a Rane DVS, so I've been a Rane DJ for quite a while now. And after they heard the amount of complications I've had with the Rane 1, and for those of you who are also not aware of that, I've replaced the Rane 1. I've had 4 Rane 1s, four machines of those. Because each one of them had kept having failures on them. There was a constant issue with the high and low pass knobs, which started getting like a really glitchy audio onto them. And it's happened constantly. And they heard about those troubles because of all the stuff I've had to submit in terms of getting it fixed. And so they heard it, and they offered this. As soon as it was released, they offered to send me one. And I was like, that would be really cool. So here it is.
Yay.
And I thought that was really awesome of them, and it's going to be one of the biggest reasons. As much as people will harp on me for it, Lightning is a big person about this, about it breaking constantly and how they'll never be using Rane products because of how much it broke for me. I'm always going to be a Rane DJ because they always take care of me. And I don't see that support with any of the other businesses. So these guys are always going to be my primary drivers.
Yeah, but that's just Lightning for you too at the same time. She doesn't like people mistreating you at all, including DJ software and equipment, apparently.
God, where's the plug? Oh, it's on this side this time. Yeah, they are probably one of the oldest manufacturers with Serato. So Serato as a software is something I've been using since I've been DJing. So Rane and Serato have been pretty much like back-to-back partners the entire way through. And so for these two as a company to be taking care of me the way that they do, I thought was pretty awesome. Because I've never left Serato to use another software, and I've pretty much never left Rane to use another controller until I tried to reintroduce myself into the game, which I stuck with the Newmark Mixtrack Platinum, which then I quickly changed to the Rane 1 after getting more support for it. I can't visually see where this plug is, so excuse me while I fucking dabble around back there. We'll organize those cables later. That's not green. What's green?
Don't bitch AI. The heck, Callie?
What did I do?
I don't know, but I'm gonna fight Callie. Callie, where's your cute little butt? Are you at EDF? I'm gonna fight you. I don't know if Callie can even hear me.
St. Patrick's Day? Yeah, I know. I'm not wearing green either.
I'm not wearing green either.
Yeah, come fight me. Yeah, Callie can hear you.
Apparently my kid thinks we all need to get pinched by leprechauns, but you know, I got like green on some tattoos. Does that count? I'm gonna pinch you, Callie. I'm gonna pinch those cutie cheeks. I'm gonna your cheeks, like your face cheeks, hon.
Okay.
I don't do lewd. I only do lewd with eye here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure out a completely separate monitor setup for this thing. We can push this one out here.
Oh, we're tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Easter, Callie. Yeah, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Yeah.
Oh God, camera, please. Don't freak out.
Ooh, icy gray sweatpants. Let's go.
I'm wearing jeans.
Oh, well, look like gray sweatpants from where I was sitting.
I'm wearing a gray shirt.
Ooh, woo.
We'll figure out the camera off stream.
Yeah, we still got stuff to do tonight. We got a lot of work to do.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Yeah, your mom said you would. Yeah, but you grounded, Mom.
I just got grounded by my 8-year-old child for saying ooh.
And what kind of grounding is that? You're letting her do the one thing she wants to do.
So,
Ooh, look at that. It's so pretty.
so like a dork that I am, I already downloaded all the drivers and stuff. I just probably need to update the software, like the firmware on the machine, but everything's ready to go. Not pink at all. Yeah. So the one thing I probably have to do, because the only thing I didn't update was Serato software. So Serato software isn't going to detect this. So just give me a moment. Blitz, you don't have to worry about that because all the names that were on the previous machine are being moved over to this machine, free of charge. Anyone who was on the other machine is coming to this machine. The vinyl signatures, I have to kind of figure it out because these are touch capacitive, so these recognize when you're using your hands on top of the deck. So I'm wondering if I write on it, will it lose that ability? Because basically when you're on the side and you're turning it, this will nudge the track, but when you have it on the top, this will actually push the track faster. So you have 2 levels of control, and if I lose touch capacity because I write on this, then we might not be able to do that going forward. But there is a lot of extra space for names now because this, as you can see now that the camera doesn't fit it, is a much bigger controller. So yeah, might not want to risk it. We'll have to see. Like we are going to also try different markers as well. Something with a more finer tip so it doesn't completely like use gigantic font when I write on it. It fat, yeah, it's bigger. The Rane, as a comparison, was probably here. And for height's sakes, I think I had so much more room here. It would have probably been like about here, to the top of it. So this is a considerable size difference from the 1, but we are adding a whole lot of onboard processing plus a new sound card plus the 4 channels in the middle. So remember, I only had 2 channels and it would probably be about this big. Now we have 4 and it needed all this extra stuff on top of there. So it grew. So we're just installing the software update now for the controller. And yeah, there's screens all over this, which is really cool. So there's screens on the platters themselves, which will tell us like BPM information, song names, the length of the song, as well as like waveforms. So I won't have to look up a whole bunch, which will be cool. We have screens down here, and these screens will pretty much tell you what each pad will do and their value, so I don't actually have to constantly look up. Because one thing that because the 1 didn't have any of this information on here, a lot of times I would have to look up to know how much of my beat jump I'm doing. So if I want it to be 8 jumps and I would hit this to jump, this would be controlling how many jumps. So if I go left, it would go 4, 2, or if I go 4, 8, 16, 32, all the information should be displayed here versus the screen, which means I'll be doing a lot more focusing on the controller versus looking at the desktop, which will be really cool. It'll be a very new experience. So we'll have to figure out how to use these effects controls, because this actually controls a lot of what is happening on the decks. We'll change these to USB. Cool. I like that. Very tactile. How you liking the Rane 4? We literally just got it out of the box. Literally just came out of the box, so we are going to see. But as for someone who's been using the stem systems ever since it came out on the ever since it came out for Serato, I've been using stems consistently, and now 90% of my shows will consist of me using stems. This would be an upgrade and a half, I would feel, because I would have a lot more control. I debate on the Rane 4, but yeah. Oh God, I'm gonna have to update these screens. I don't like Serato. I've been using Serato since I started 11 years ago. I can't leave, so I'm glad I'm here. Yeah. All right. So here we are in the software. So now we got 4 decks, and that's awesome, because I've always been under the constant lack of only having 2 decks on the Rane 1. And for a bunch of you won't really know what that means, but when I only have 2 channels or two decks to work with, you know, you mix one and the other together. But when you're talking about, like, let's say moving off to another song, sometimes when you're mashing up songs, which I do constantly, is that you would want a 3rd deck to start introducing that 3rd song, but you can't because you don't have the 3rd deck. The ability with the 3rd deck for me specifically, because I don't need 4 in particular, 3 to do the types of songs and, you know, type of DJing that I'm doing. 3 is perfect. And so because I do have that extra deck, we have that ability. 3 is the perfect amount. Yes. It says it right there. And so for the way I do things, 3, even with 4 now, is going to be spectacular. I'm going to really enjoy being able to do much more complex mashups, songs, things like that to to really like expand what I've been doing for like the last 10 years. You know, like I've always been a 2-channel DJ. This is probably the second time I'm running a controller that has 4 channels. The previous mix track that I used to reintroduce myself into DJing was 4 channels, but it was very janky. When you would switch channels, you basically would still be controlling the previous channel, but unless you like swept a knob all the way to one side so that it would like trigger something, it wouldn't apply things to the 3rd channel, and you'd just be screwing up the part of the song you didn't want to touch, and that was complicated. So hearing that that there's a more of an official support behind doing 4-channel stuff on this controller versus the mix track, which is a gimmicked 4-channel controller, I think this will be a lot cooler. Plus, because the other one was only 2-channel faders on the bottom section here, which meant, you know, the software needed to switch over. At least this one is, I have 4 channels, and I don't have to control channel 1 to control channel 3. I actually have a channel 3 right here. Yeah, let's fuck around and find out. Start with hip hop. Unboxing when, yeah, this just came out of the box. So we have this on channel 2, and we need to up source on 2. And I don't think we're going to hear audio until I play with the mains. That's for mic, samples.
Hey, 2.
Booth audio.
Oh.
Hi, 2. So we'll get all these levels up.
Hey, baby.
What? What?
Oh, sorry. I was talking to my kid.
Oh. I'm also called baby, so sometimes it's very confusing.
I will figure it out one day.
Is okay, so it goes out of that channel, but I can't hear it because I need to switch these, which then I can't hear. So how am I getting it to my ears without it? So we have everything up. We have all the trim up. We have the masters out, but I just don't hear it in my PC audio. These are for effects. These are for mic. High, low, mid, mic level. Don't need that. Beat jump controls, stems. Think then, just to kind of simplify, whatever the fuck the word is. We're just gonna plug ourselves in, which means I won't be able to hear Quen, and she might make fun of me, which then I can't defend myself for.
So let's hack and go.
Ooh. Okay, so we can hear there. Seal that.
Big dog and they know
I'm gonna
it.
pop
I had
that up.
spin off to stay focused.
Is there any type of output selector on the back where the cables plug in? No, not on this one. It's only inputs on this.
Like I made it overnight, I make it look easy, but you don't see the dark side and all of the monsters I defied and all of the nightmares made me stronger than life.
Y'all say I've changed, really don't tell me how so. I got all this bread, I'm still sourdough. I don't know, square peg, round hole, like a block of
So
cheese.
there's gonna be a little bit of exploring as I get accustomed to it.
Even when I got kicked to the curb, life knocked my dick in the dirt. I got back up, flipped at the bird till I earned the attention I yearn. Not to mention I learned how to turn resentment and hurt to an unquenchable thirst. In the simplest terms, is revenge of the nerd in every sense of the word. But all you see is the fame and the millions. You don't see the strength and resilience. How I rack my brain, but it feels as if I'm trying to explain it to children. So a lot of this pain isn't healing. You're escaping if this anger is spilling. Almost like recreating the feeling of 9/11 when the second plane hit the building. So let them paint me the villain. Some of this just may be a symptom of having way too much income. But when you struggle every day just to get some, now all of this hate is a syndrome. When they can't relate, and that stems from money looking like it grows on trees. Yeah, they're green, but those aren't leaves. Suffice to say, with every sacrifice I made, it's like I gave up my life to fame. All the nights that I lied awake, nights I stayed up to write and pray. Had to claw, scratch, and fight my way. Just follow me and I'll light the way. Look to the hook if your sky look gray. Skyland rappers, how can we be on the same level now when I gotta look down to see these clowns that are on the ground? Bitch, I got clouds beneath me. Ever since I put out the EP to the height of 2003. Me, you ain't see the struggle to make it out the D because I made it somehow look easy.
Now you see me standing in the lights, but you never saw my sacrifice, or all the nights I had to struggle to survive. Had to lose it all to win the fight. I had to fall so many times. Oh,
What?
now I'm the last one standing. Oh, now I'm the last one standing.
In the Santa Clara diet, I am not afraid of no one. You smoke that pork Ivy, girl, I whip it, go the distance and I kiss it cause they have it. Get it, 51st date, hit it, then skate. Ooh, get up with a real one. Why you always faking? I don't got no patience, I don't got no shame, man. I don't play no games, cause if I like you, I'ma say that. Aggressive and I'm playful, that's a perfect balance, though. I'm from where that Sabiato choppers and New Balance go. This is my land overflow, killing head and rollers, though. I would buy me everything with credit card for Moco. Yeah, Mrs. Berry, no, I mean Holly. Tell me no, I'm Carmen cool, cause Boomerang was popping. I'm a Holly shawty, baby. I want more. I want more. And all these other girls keep wondering what I'm loving you for. Cause you're the next Drew Berry. Yeah. I want more. I want more. And all these other girls keep wondering what I'm loving you for. I wanna make every single moment for you great. Fly away to Cairo or LA. Girl, I want it, I don't wanna waste time, waste time. I wanna make every single moment for you great. Yeah. Fly away to Cairo or LA. Girl, I want it, I don't wanna waste time. Cause you're the next Drew Berry. I want more. Yeah. these other girls keep wondering what I'm loving you for. You're the next Drew Perry, yeah, and I want more. And all these other girls keep wondering what I'm loving you for.
Port of Miami, Port of McKinney. Ain't got nothing to lose. This is Port of the family. Never traffic for fun, only traffic for fun. All I seen was the struggle. It's like I'm trapped in the sun. Mortgage were barely paid, no water, we barely paid. There better be better days on the way. That's on my dad's grave. I'm pushing it hard, I'm pushing it south. If he pushing a lie, he pushing for hours. I waited and waited, I done ran out of patience. They hated and hated, left them slow dancing and sitting fresh in my white tee. Mac 11, swear to God, I bought my first block, broke it down and tore the block apart. I push and I push, I ride and I ride, trying to survive on 95. Put it all on the line, every drop of a dime. I be pushing them wheels, yeah, free at a time. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it. I got it. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it. I got it. I handle dope like a vandal off the banana boat. Bananas in the rifles, no ciphers, I'm just a man of note. I paid dues, my moves done made news. I'm smooth, my suede shoes, they new like Ray Fools. Nobody used to speak, now everybody wave. You dunk your mama house, you set your sister straight. I'm building a dream with elevators in it. Tell her make the linen, no gators, got on my head. I see you suckers, I see you clear. I know you see me in that phantom whiter than veneers. Allergic to broke, determined to blow. On the boat we hit the work in detergent and soap. Shipping from Haiti, baby, I'm whipping them babies. Let it try to whip a Mercedes. Arranging my range, I can arrange a parade. You gotta push it to the limit, you wanna be paid. I push and I push, I ride and I ride, trying to survive on 9 to 5. Put it all on the line, every drop of a dime. I be pushing them wheels, free at the time. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it. I got it. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it. I got it. We started my nuke, the money matured, my money secured. I got bunnies in Europe, my bubble be pure. It costs like 100 a pull. The world is yours, 100 million and more. Now I run the streets, they all mine. 12 years overdue, call it due time. I told you never roll on the soul of a soldier. You never know that dishwasher may be in my holder. Whoever thought that fat girl would grow in the Oprah, or that boy rigger off the remote in the culture. I push and I push, we breaking the mold. We push and we push, we raking the hole. I push and I push, I ride and I ride, trying to survive on 9 to 5. Put it all on the line, every drop of a dime. I be pushing them wheels, free at the time. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it. I got it. I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing it. I got it.
Sex on deck, Patron on ice, and we can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, late night sex, so wet and so tight. I gas up the jet for you tonight, and baby you can go wherever you like. I said you can go wherever you like. Yeah. Anytime you want to, pick up the telephone. You know it ain't nothing to drop a couple stacks on you. Want it, you can get it, my dear. $5 million home drop business, I swear. Yeah, I want your body, need your.
Anyways, that's kind of cool. Yep, so I'm just noticing myself reaching for controls where they used to exist. So for a lot of this lower section of the deck, our loop controls have always been like historically very close to the edge of the mixer. This, not so much a problem. This one, problem, because I keep hitting the stem controls, which isn't bad. It means I just need to learn to move it over one bit. And so hopefully we get over that. And then, yeah, I always end up now grabbing towards deck 3's EQ band versus deck ones where I need to be. So it's more positional than anything. And yeah, these don't spin. So I don't know. When I grabbed it, I was like, wait, you are used to sort of feeling this texture as it like rubs by your finger. Because one of the ways you slow down a deck on a vinyl is that you would you slowly drag your finger to add friction, and the friction would slow the deck down slightly, which you normally won't hear on mixes. And sometimes you'll see me like tap it. Can't do that here. So I got to get used to just like nudging it again, and that's not bad. And yeah, no spinning, which is gonna be a little strange. But one thing I thought would be really cool, just to kind of showcase like the capabilities and why I was very excited for this. Callie, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. not this time. We're not gonna do it in EDF, and we're not gonna. No, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that. Go take a hit. No. Nah. One of the things that I thought was really cool about this deck. So Serato introducing stem splitting has been something that's very revolutionary for me. It's allowed me to mix very effectively into other forms of music by just eliminating instruments or specific sounds. She didn't take the button away. I fought against it in a way, more so that there is now a limit to them. So there are 3 shots we can take maximum in a stream, and there's a 30-minute gap between each redemption. So it means I don't take back-to-back hot shots anymore, because she wasn't really happy with that. Hi, Glitch. So stems being a very integral part of the way I mix, I thought something really cool about this machine that, minus the spinning part where my traditional turntablism kind of takes over, that I thought was really cool to kind of pick up as just a feature to slowly work with, is something called stem splitting. So what you can see on screen is we've split the stems into 2 separate channels now. And so these 2 are now the same song, and they will traverse together, which is super neat. Hi, Knight. Yes, we did get it. We picked it up like 5 hours ago. So this splits the stems into 2 separate channels, which means we now have separate effect controls, EQ controls, and as well as volume controls per deck. And they're outlined here at the bottom, which you can't see because there's the stupid Ko-Fi link. We'll go back to the widescreen. We can now separate them, and this icon here is for instrumental, and this icon over here under the shadow is a microphone, which means we can introduce only instruments and fade that, or
Anytime you want to pick up
we can split the channels over so that we can still do 2-deck DJing, but now we have
$5 million home drop business, I swear. Yeah, I want your body, need your body. Long as you got me, you won't need nobody. You want it, I gotta go.
And so that doesn't only just mean that we have controls of its volumes. Like I said, we also have controls separately for effects per channel as well. So one of the biggest things that happens to me when I'm mixing acapella into instrumental or whatever it may be when I'm working with stems a whole lot is that when I apply echoes on the Rane 1, is that it applied echoes to everything, which isn't... Oh, that's the high pass. And so, sure, it's cool to control both with echo, but sometimes you just want... Sometimes it would be cool just to do the vocals, because vocal echoing out can sound a lot more natural when you are echoing just that versus the entire channel, which includes the instrumentals. And that also means that we are able to like really fine tune a lot of the audio for separate channels now. And yeah, wow, the possibilities, especially for like mashup mixing and like doing some really creative stuff. The fact that we have the separation for each deck now is kind of killer. And next to that, we also have the ability to control each deck as a separate. So we can see on screen we can control each deck as a separate, which means if I'm on deck 1, which is only controlling the acapella, we can completely separate the vocals away from the instrumentals, which is so cool. Which, if there's anything for that kind of use, is that we can then start to stem split. We'll lock it back. If anything, it allows us to do things like using vinyl slip, which is a function up at the top here, which some controllers may have and some might not have. But as an example, the fact that we have the ability to use slip mode, and slip mode is basically allowing you to do effects, change things up, but it will continue the track as if you were never to touch it. So that allows us to accomplish things like scratching over a certain amount of bars, and then when we release, we go right back into the song. And that, as an ability to do that, it gives you so much more fluent control between doing what you sort of want to try to accomplish, especially where I'm thinking in my head a whole lot of the times I'm like, oh, I can do this, I can accomplish that. But you're limited because the amount of control you can have, especially with just 2 hands over a wider range of buttons and switches, is limited. But the fact that we have things like slip mode and we have the ability to beat jump and do a whole bunch of other things, we have the capability to really mess around with specific songs. So that would be super cool to really play with. So there's stem splitting, and as well as like I mentioned before, there is screens down here at the bottom, which will tell me what I can sort of do with each pad. So when I'm here, this will actually tell me what sound effect bank I have and what I've loaded it with. It will tell me where I need, how much I'm rolling and how much I'm jumping. So I know now I can, without looking up, I know I'm jumping 8 beats one direction or 8 beats the opposite direction, which we can see on screen. So we can now do everything just by looking here versus looking anywhere else, which I think will be so cool. Just to kind of mix off of this versus relying so heavily on looking up at my screen. Because one thing you don't realize, all right? So I'm like 6'1", which isn't like super crazy tall, but the thing being is that my monitor probably maximizes right about here in terms of where the camera is. So the space between me and where the top of the monitor is lowered in comparison to where I am. I'm probably like a whole like half of this Rane 1 taller, which means looking down at my monitor, sometimes I have to like bend my knee just to kind of check out what's going on a lot of the times. Having all the controls here would be very nice, so I don't have to do that. What else are we missing? Yeah, like there's instant separation, so you can see that we can jump between acapella right into instrumental, right into acapella, instrumental. All the key lock controls are now here. The Rane 1 didn't have an on controller key lock, which a lot of times meant I had to grab the mouse, lock the key to the song if I needed to lock the key, but now we have key lock right on board. The Q and the sync buttons are massive now. On the Rane 1, these were very tiny. These are like little peas. They were these size on the previous one. Now they're like quadrupled in size, which would be really nice. They still have the plunger style start and stop buttons, which are excellent because I love plunger style controller buttons. So versus like some Pioneer software, they're very like clicky and they're just sort of buttons, right? Which are a lot of people are used to, which is cool. But plunger style controls, they just feel more satisfying starting and stopping the track versus, not. And it just feels like you hit it and you actually accomplish the hitting, and it's not just a click. Because sometimes, especially on like older systems, and maybe when this even gets older, is that some of these buttons will start to fail, and when there is a physical interaction between the button and the piece under it, to have that connection be a very physical connection versus just a bit of silicon that just kind of like divots, is a lot more confident for me to have. I'm not sure what else to talk about. There is a onboard quantize control, which I don't typically try to quantize too much, because it's just having the ability to flow between certain values and not be stuck to, 1/4, 132 of a beat, is nice. But we have the ability to just smack it here. We have on top mic controls. So in the Rane 1, the mic controls were down here at the front piece, which was not bad. But the reason why I use the mic separately from this is, one is I have this box you see up here is what does my microphone, and it has a whole lot of processing inside the box, not the computer, that takes the loads off of the computer doing any sort of vocal processing. So like it tries to stop my clipping. It also normalizes and get rid of the background audio all live via an AI and not relying on software on the computer, which will take away from performance, which will lag the computer or slow it down in some senses. So the reason why I use it there is just so that there's no weight on it. But now with the mic controls here, I still flick on and off, which is convenient. So maybe one day we'll swap back. What else? The effects suite itself is overly complicated for me at the moment, so I have to kind of look at that, because on the Rane 1, it was literally you chose between 8 effects and you just triggered. This one, from what I can tell, you have hardware effects, which you have all these options here to do, and they were triggered with the controls here. You can switch to which deck they are involved with. I believe, nope, you can't select multi-decks on this. So I have to explore the effects suite on that a little bit more. The depth knob is here, which is cool. And I know you can switch to software effects, which then that means I think you use the parameter knob to go between what software effects, which I think I need to set up again. So the knob in the white box are just like the Rane 1. The toggles are specifically designed for stem splitting. In the white box, in here, the channel effects, specifically designed for stem splitting, but they can also be used for each channel. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because these are per channel. But this one also, this would also control per channel, right? Because if I switch it to hardware, I can go channel, affect this on channel 3. So it all sort of does the same thing, I suppose. I just got to figure out what's the difference between this suite, because this has its own separate effects over here, which I think are just like sort of quick access ones, and these ones are your selector ones where you can sort of, oh, because you can even like adjust feedback percentile and high pass cutoffs. That's kind of cool. Huh. Then we have like a little joystick here. Oh, cool. It's 1/8, so I like mine on half. So you half with an echo. Cool, cool. All right. This allows us to change what our beat value. Sampler level. So does this change audio level of the sampler? This is booth in and zone. Assign to channel 4. Oh, cool. All right, so I can just assign to channel 4. A automatic. Hopefully this isn't loud.
You are now listening to I Love You.
See, we didn't have the ability to control that sound effect, because sometimes you'd play really loud music and you couldn't hear it, and sometimes you'd play really quiet music and it was too loud. So the fact that I can do it here, that's kind of nice. And it will allow me to switch it to channel 4.
You are now listening to
which means
I Love You.
Which means I can probably apply echoes and stuff to it.
Listening to I Love You.
Cool. All right. That's kind of cool. We'll keep that off channel 4 because I never really have to add echoes and stuff to it. scroll, instant doubles, beat jump. So one thing I was really, I don't think I'm going to be using a whole ton because beat jumping from up here seems a little weird for me because I just beat jump from down here. You know, doesn't take it away. I just go between all of that. I think these were swapped though. Roll and sampler. So roll is where I'm beat jumping from, and sampler is where I'm playing these sound effects from. I think roll was on to the right because I had stem functions here, which were my slicer, which I never used. So I replaced it with stems. So that will take time to get used to. Something that I've like really taught myself is like, okay, beat jump stems, audio on or echoes off or drums on or instruments off. But actually, I guess you can just do this. I don't even need to be in there. I can just go instrumental, boom, instrumental. And if I need to, bass off, back to the roll, jump. And I will probably want to teach myself to jump from up here. We still have that. Got to get used to 4 channels. And yeah, Knight, you weren't here for that. So something that the Rane 1 had was that these loop controls, one thing, these loop controls were bigger down here. The loop controls would probably occupy the space where the stem controls are. And one thing I kept doing while I was doing my little test run is that I was hitting acapella versus loop on and off. So I got to get used to that again. We'll do a little bit more. So right now, split is off. So we can split it and we can take it off. Okay. So it's just like that. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, the one thing I couldn't figure out for some reason. Actually, like it's working now. Oh wait, no, because if we... Yeah, okay, that's one thing I'm trying to figure out is that my crossfader isn't controlling the side of the audio I'm on anymore. So regardless of where this is placed, it is just accepting audio from any of the volume faders. So I need to figure out how to get my crossfader going. Look at the front of the deck. Like, do I just change the throughput mode? So I do 3 and 1 to like the left side and 4 and 2 on the right side. Okay. So now this shouldn't, perfect. Okay, simple enough. So we'll have that still. Cool. Then that's kind of everything I sort of need. And I just kind of have to get practice with this not spinning and as well as the added 2 channels. Yeah, because it said through, and I wasn't sure if it meant by Q through. Is it going to go through my left ear or right ear? But then it also had Q split on the right side here, and that didn't make sense with these. So I was like, maybe we won't screw around with it just yet. But yeah, I need that because I use the crossfader a lot, and so should you. For those of you who aren't using a crossfader, it has more than one uses than just scratching. So for the love of God, try to learn the crossfader. Crossfader is faster than doing volume fader tricks. If you need to really quickly cut off a song, crossfader's got your back, especially if you have the cut very high. That's just my personal opinion on it. I'm not forcing anyone to do it, but people always tell me, oh, I don't scratch though. I don't need the crossfader. It has other uses. Come on. Be open. Yeah, love your fader. Love your fader like you would love your girlfriend. Play around with it. 2 fingers. 3 fingers sometimes. Do it quick. Sometimes you can just go really slow. Check the cut off and just gently between 2 songs. Transform it back and forth. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Oh dear.
We'll figure out, and I'll play around with it a bit more. Because I know there is EDF. I know some of you are trying to listen to EDF, and some of you are at EDF. I won't take up your time there, and I'll get you guys back over to EDF. And I need to order a new protective top cover thingy so dust doesn't get into it when I'm putting this away. But other than that, Or golden. We'll do the name signage some other time. I'm gonna order the markers first. I'm gonna find fine tip ones. So again, we can do very fine writing versus doing anything crazy. We'll fix the monitor issue because now it's a much bigger control surface. As I make a punk playlist. Oh, Callie. Unya, good to see you. This is the new controller, Unya. We're going to practice it enough tonight and as well as tomorrow before my set at EDF so that we're all accustomed to it. We're probably not going to do anything too new and too crazy in terms of tricks and stuff, but we're definitely going to try to get back up to Rane 1 level of like using these two, these, and I've always been using these, so these will be fine, and just learning that these don't spin anymore. And do you guys want to be here for the peel? Do we peel all the little sticker stuff? Here's a Rane 4 if you want to see. Yeah, Quaid told me. Quaid did tell me. Let's peel off the stickies. Here we go. Oh, that's really on there. Yeah. Oh.
Are you okay, babe?
Very nice. Oh, this one was not that sticky. Okay, we got a couple more. We have these ones down here. Oh, these ones are making noises. Yeah, it peeled off kind of like a triangle, huh? And then the last one. Excellent. There she is. So this is the Rane 4 4-channel DJ controller. So this released like a week ago, which is really cool that we actually have one. And again, thank you so much to Rane DJ for sending me one. Really means a lot. I don't know if I deserve that, but thank you so much. We won't let them down. Great customer service. If you're ever looking for a high quality professional controller, please make sure you check out Rane. They've taken care of me the 11 years that I've been using their products, and I'm sure they will you as well. So if you're ever considering upgrading your product or finding and learning, about something, you can speak to me. I know a decent amount about Rane, and we can go over them. Massively deserve stop. I don't know. This is a lot of money. This is more expensive than the Rane 1, and they've already replaced my Rane 1 3 times. So I've had 4 of them. Each one of those machines in Canadian's $2,100, and they've replaced it 3 times for me. They've given me 4 of those machines, so 4 times $2,000. You're looking, you're around like 8,500 something that they've given me for that, and they've also now just passed me on one of these controllers. We're at a total of like $2,000, not $11,000, $12,000 that they've just thrown at me because I use their products, and because sure it's had faults on them, and it's had an incredible amount of faults on the Rane 1. But they've always taken care of me, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm not going to be moving to any other platform for a long, long time. Rane's always taken care of me, and I will continue to put my trust into them regardless of how many times it's failed. They've always done me right. Yeah. We'll play around with this offline and move the monitors. We'll get accustomed, and I will see you guys either maybe tonight, because I know Allure Star wanted to do a pop-up, and Coin was asking me for a pop-up as well because we actually have the night off. Geisha House is canceled for tonight because they are doing a K-pop night with some other DJs. Totally fine. I need the day off, and so we can get ready for EDF tomorrow. So I am free tonight. We'll see what happens. So if I don't see you tonight, I will see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for my most complex, assembled to the maximum, 100%, 110% effort put into assembling this set with tricks and uniqueness and all. My EDF set tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be one of my best shows yet. And we're going to use this machine. Hopefully this machine. If not, we will default to the Rane 1. But we'll be using this baby to do all of that.
Yay!
I'll see
I
you
get to
guys
be there
later.
for
Have a
practice.
good one.
Night night.
You said Quaid is up next? Is Quaid in 40 minutes or is Quaid right now? I can't hear Quen. I see her mic kicking off, but I can't hear.
Oh,
Someone else has to
shit.
tell me. Sineki's right now. We'll raid Sineki. That's totally cool. We'll raid Sineki. Raid at... Oh, God. It's like X, Sineki, X, right?
Like, I think
No, it's no X at the end.
I forget. He can't hear me.
Damn it. I almost typed it wrong. That's right. No X at the end. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, God, look at that. I'm so excited. This is going to do so much. And you're going to see a whole different level of Illuminati magic when we get accustomed with this. So stay tuned. Be excited. I won't let you guys down.
We got a long night of practicing
See you later.
ahead of us. Yeah.